Askins, sitting here with my co-host Dallas Keithley. We're both of Secure Insurance Group, and it is the last weekend of fantasy football drafts.
This is our Super Bowl. This is
it, man.
This is it. We've got our two big drafts coming up this weekend. How many drafts have you done so far?
I've done 4 so far, and I have 2 more to go. I'm only in 6 this year.
Wow.
My wife is still married to me, too.
Still, that as of 3:02, we're still married, still going strong. But yeah, this is it, man.
This is the last weekend.
This time next week, we have 6 days till football kicks off.
Yeah.
We've got the Carolina Panthers visiting the Denver Broncos. A recap.
That's right.
Of last year's Super Bowl.
Thursday night, September 8th at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I believe.
Man, I am jacked. I'm excited. It's a
how-
great game to kick it off. I think the Carolina Panthers go into Denver and take one from the Denver Broncos,
Well, with
giving Trevor Siemian his first loss.
that's exactly the point I was about to make. With Trevor Siemian there, you got to think that the Panthers will come in with that stout defense, with one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Cam Newton, with a good running back. With you're a huge fan of Jonathan Stewart.
Jonathan Stewart,
They got Kelvin Benjamin
very
back.
underrated. Devin Funchess,
I see the
Greg Olson.
Panthers winning that game 34-21, something
Yeah,
like that.
I think
honestly.
they're a little irritated. I think they're ready for some revenge. I think so.
I could easily see that.
Yeah, we want to hear from you. 868-6100. We are going to ask you a specific question. We want to know if, let's say you have the number 2 pick, and we're going to talk standard in a standard draft.
Yeah, because we've got we've got one PPR and one standard draft this weekend.
Yeah.
We've talked PPR a lot. We're gonna switch and talk about standard for a couple minutes here.
In a standard draft, which of course means we've had people ask that PPR, every time a receiver catches the ball, he gets 1 point or half a point, depending on how the league is set up.
Right.
However, in a standard league, that doesn't count. It just
No points per receptions.
You're just going off of yards and touchdowns. So in a standard league, let's say Antonio Brown is off the board. You're sitting there at number 2.
Because we can both agree that Antonio Brown should
I
go
think
number
so.
1, even in standard drafts, unless for some reason receivers get less points for yards or touchdowns.
Something
Ours
like
get
that weird.
Ours are the same for running backs and receivers.
Yep,
1
one
point
per 10 and 6
and-
points for a touchdown.
exactly.
Yeah, standard league, you're sitting there at number 2. Who do you take? We'll give our answers at the end of the show, who we think. And so want to hear from you, 868-6100. If you are out of the area, 1-800-869-5927. Give us a call. And
Who
we're going
goes
to,
number 2 in standard leagues after Antonio Brown? I know I've got my top 5, top 6 here, which I'm sure we'll go over at some point.
Yeah, we'll go over towards the end of the show. And we don't want people just copycatting us,
Well,
which is
I'm
not
worried
bad.
that the rest of the guys in our league,
Yeah, I
as
know.
they try to copy me already, are tuning in, listening, prepping for Sunday's draft. We got a draft at 1 o'clock, a draft at 4 o'clock, and maybe a little poker session after that. But they're going to tune in, and they're going to steal my thunder, but still lose this year.
All right. Hey, one thing we want to talk about, we are very thankful to Secure Insurance Group for sponsoring this year's Beat the Pros Fantasy Football Challenge
Exactly.
by Secure Insurance Group, and
We
we want to say thank you to them.
We drafted in studio at Secure, well, I guess their studio, so to speak, at Secure Insurance Group in the big lobby of their office. We had Ned Reynolds, Guy Newcomb, Kirk Elmquist, Jeff Klinkenbeard, Dallas, myself, Matt Odie, Jake Gillette,
and Tyler Wood.
Yeah. Just 10, right?
I think so.
I think that wraps it up.
Yeah,
that was,
and the draft is still on Facebook if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's still sitting there. And some things you can know to do, some not to do.
Sure.
We
had some crazy picks, but you know what? That drive was live. If you want to prep for your draft this weekend, and you want to see some action, some live draft action, how many times can you watch a live video of a fantasy football draft? Go on our Facebook, The Fantasy Professionals, watch it, listen, comment, share, and dominate your draft. We've got Brad calling in. Brad has a question for us. Brad, welcome to the show, sir.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I got a couple questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Shoot.
One, the Pittsburgh running back situation with Bell being out. Would you feel safe playing D'Angelo Williams for the first 3 weeks?
Absolutely.
Yes, I would consider him a running back 2. I'd say RB2, maybe RB3. Hopefully he's not your premier running back. But, yeah, and if last year was any idea what he's going to do this year, he tore it up last year.
Because of that
I had him
system.
in the Super Bowl last year and was able to win that with him as a second running back.
Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, I mean, because if you look at the system he's in and the team he's with and how explosive he was to start last year, the guy's he's old, but he's rested up. You know, I mean, he's experienced. We'll call it. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about starting him the first few weeks. He actually could end up being a top 5, top 10 running back even without Bell there for the first
Second
3
question.
games.
With Charles, them saying today he may not be ready for week 1. Who's going to be the starting running back in the Kansas City backfield?
Everything that we are seeing, everything that we're reading says Spencer Ware, which kind of surprises me because 2 or 3 weeks ago I'd have said Jacandrick West.
Right.
But Spencer Ware, I believe, is going to step up and take over. And it's always going to be interesting. I'm not one of those guys that believe that you should lose your job to injury, but we are seeing the next generation step up in Kansas City.
Well, I got Charles in the 3rd round of a draft. First pick of the 3rd round, 10-team draft. So that was, 21st overall. I took Charles, and it's been a couple weeks. Actually, it was during the Beat the Pros draft. And you know what? I still love the value there. But, yeah, Spencer Ware he's going to be the guy. I mean, that's what depth charts show. And he looked super explosive last night when I saw him.
He's in the goal line situations too, right?
He is. And Kansas City hates throwing touchdowns.
It worries me because they've pumped up Spencer Ware so much that I would not want to see it eat into Charles' time this year, but it's something that could possibly happen.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing the passing of the torch for sure.
Who I would take in the second pick would be David Johnson.
David Johnson.
I love that. Good.
All right.
Good.
Very nice.
We've seen that a lot. Dallas has seen him go even 1 a lot.
Yeah,
so.
1 and 2 even. So very nice, Brad. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck this weekend, Brad.
We've got John on the line. John, how you doing, sir?
Hello, gentlemen.
Welcome to the show, sir. What can we do for you?
Well, a couple of things. The number 2 pick I would take would probably be AP.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I question the philosophy of the wide receiver in a standard league as a first pick.
You know,
The reason I say that is in a standard league, the quarterback is going to score the same amount of yards, the same touchdown, plus throw to other people.
Yeah, you're right.
Wouldn't the quarterback be more important?
It depends on the way your league is set up. I know in our league, quarterbacks go a little earlier only because it's 1 point for every 25 yards and 6 points for touchdowns, and we only start 1. I feel like running backs are still the preeminent position in our standard league, but it's hard
That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's hard to pass up Antonio Brown, only because I feel like the only option I would have put at number 1 overall, if it's not Brown, and if it's going to be a running back, it's got to be Gurley. I just feel like it has to be if it's not going to be Brown. So, yeah.
Well, I thought Gurley, and the reason I say AP is he's probably going to have to run the ball even more now.
He absolutely will.
Yeah.
Well, and we've seen him explode and have some monster years, even with bad quarterbacks in the past. So,
yeah.
It may hurt him a tad, but you know what? It's Adrian Peterson.
That's
all
one of those.
Day.
That's one of those situations that you can argue either side. You can argue, yeah. And I heard, I believe it was Matthew Berry saying last night that they are not afraid of working AP into the ground because he's old. They're not worried about saving him for the future or anything like that. So he said they are going to give him the ball 30 times a game, but they're going to put 8-9 guys in the box every time. They're going to make Minnesota throw the ball.
Well, and you'll see Jerick McKinnon get a little more involved this year because that is
will.
one explosive dude. I mean, he's no AP, but that's one guy that's going to explosive and actually get some touches. And I would say he's the most important handcuff of any running back in the NFL.
Him and D'Angelo probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think also Gurley's going to have that same situation. I think he's going to have some stacked boxes this year as well.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
for sure.
no question.
For sure,
no
yeah.
question about it. That's 2 guys that it could be tight.
Even Ezekiel Elliott, I think, will have to run against quite a bit. And now the Cowboys do have Dak has shown a lot of promise. We'll see what he does against. Regular season and preseason are 2 totally different things. But you've got Des Bryant on the outside, but I think they're going to make Dallas throw the ball as well. So we'll see.
Yeah,
John.
I've played for several years, and I think this is probably the most up in the air year for running backs and and just the whole draft in general.
We would
Yeah,
have to agree
absolutely.
100%. We've seen
Absolutely.
so much disparity in this draft compared to any drafts in recent years, and we've never seen in our league, standard draft, we've never seen a wide receiver even contemplated number one.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
interested.
That's why I struggle.
Yeah, I'm interested in our league. We ought to go back and look up in our leagues, which only we care about. We understand that. But in our leagues, when the last time was that a receiver was taken number one overall? I bet I don't. It may have been never. I don't
think
know.
never. I really do.
John,
I'd
thank you
say
very much
never.
for the call, man. Great
Hey,
comments.
Awesome comments, buddy. Great. Good luck on your drafts and have an awesome weekend.
You too. Thanks.
Thanks, John. Appreciate you, sir.
We've got Glenn on the line. Glenn, who are you taking number two?
Well, it's kind of funny. I had a few years ago Antonio Brown's rookie year. I picked him up
Nice.
in mid-season,
Wow.
and because his rookie year, nobody really. It was kind of he was talked about as being the future superstar. I picked him up at mid-season. He really gave me a great second half of the season run. I
Nice.
go against conventional wisdom most of the time. Most people always say running back, and I've always went quarterback. I would always draft Tom Brady in the first round, no matter where I was, if I could get him. And
Are you a Patriots homer?
no, Brady.
Hey, he's a
Dude.
stud. He's a stud.
He is.
So last year, with the number 3 pick, I went against my normal philosophy, and I took Jamal Charles because everybody says pick a running back, pick a running.
Right.
Well, you see what happened. He
Yeah.
did great the first 3 weeks, and then he was out for the season, and then you spend the whole year trying to replace that running back.
Right.
Running
Oh,
backs
absolutely.
are more likely to get hurt than any other position.
That is
so,
the point that I've been arguing with Dallas
Yeah.
quite a
so
bit
I
today.
think you're best off taking a quarterback. So if I had the number 2 pick right now, I would have, if Brady was not out the first 4 games, I'd probably go with my normal Tom Brady. But I think you got to go Cam Newton or Aaron Rodgers with that number 2 pick. Probably Newton.
Well,
If he
and
stays healthy, he's going to score you a ton of points.
he
Well,
is. He's going to
There's
run
no
the ball.
argument there.
You can't argue that.
He'll probably lead our league in scoring of any players, especially those two.
Well,
Arguably one,
and
two.
the guy we're seeing, the second quarterback we're actually seeing go off the board is Russell Wilson. We've got
We see that
a
quite a
lot
bit
of
as well.
a lot of people have got him ranked
I
very
don't trust
high.
that as much. I really don't.
I don't either.
Not yet. Not yet. Glenn, have an incredible weekend. Hey, good luck on your drafts, and thank you for calling in, sir.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, sir. We've got Don. We're gonna take one more call before the break. Don, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thank you, guys.
But no problem. Don, who you taking number 2 overall if it's your pick?
Well, I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan. I'd love to be able to tell you that
Attaboy.
now, but I'm not going to tell you this, Brian.
Yeah.
No,
Not after
and we-
Romo gets hurt.
No, and we would
No.
recommend that you don't.
They're going to be running the ball so much with Zeke and Morris, and of course, I think they'll have a good year. But you got to go PPR league. You got to go with. I'm struggling between Julio Jones and Odell Beckham Jr.
Sure.
I think either one would be a great pick.
If you had to pick, which one of those would you say, hey, I'm on the clock, I got 5 seconds, bam, who am I going to pick?
Yeah, I'd go with Julio.
Okay, good.
He's just
I like
he's
that.
just a freak. He really
is.
is.
Oh, there's no question about it. Hey, what about Standard League, Don? Who do you pick there if Antonio's off the board for Standard League?
Yeah,
It's a little tougher, isn't
you know,
it?
it is. It really is. I have to put some thought into it. I really like Odell Beckham Jr. I just think he's amazing. I hate saying that being a Cowboys fan. I wanted to ask you guys a question.
He
I'll
is
hang up and
amazing.
listen to the answer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys do any of the daily stuff, and I'm looking at week 1 right now. Picking 2 running backs for week 1, obviously taking into account opponent. Who would you guys take? Great show, and I'll hang up and listen to your answer.
Thank
you
Don.
very,
You're-
very
you're
much,
too
Don.
kind. And in a PPR system, I think you've got your top 3 while Cody's kind of taking a look at the matchups this week. In a PPR system, I think it's Antonio 1 and it's Odell Beckham and Julio 2 and 2A. I mean,
Right.
and you
yeah,
can flip-flop
you can
those either
flip-flop
way.
those like crazy.
But in a standard league, I think you have to go. Running back. And to go back to was it Glenn talking about taking Cam Newton? I can't argue with him. But the thing is, and we're going to talk about ADP here in just a little bit. I think you can wait to take Cam Newton in the 3rd round. We've seen him
Right.
go late 2, early 3.
Yeah.
And so you're taking a little bit of a gamble. And what he said about running backs is right. It is a very high risk, high reward position. And so, yeah, they are more likely to get hurt. However, they're also more likely they're going to touch the ball at least 10, 15 times a game, whereas a receiver, a great day for a receiver is 8 to 10, 8, 12 catches. And so I like that. Who you think? I got a couple in mind over here, but I want to see who you're
Week
thinking.
one, I really like AP's matchup against the Titans. It's on the road, but I still love that. I love Russell Wilson at home against Miami as a quarterback option. Also quarterbacks, I like. I love Breeze at home. Breeze is huge at home. That team almost wins every game at home, but can't win on the road. I love Breeze at home against the Raiders. I even like Rodgers, not as much, but I like Rodgers up there as you could almost throw him in every week. But he's on the road against the Jaguars. I still like him as well.
If we're talking two running backs, so he's got to take two running backs in a daily fantasy. Who you like?
If you have to take two,
and remember, we're thinking value. And you're seeing us think on our feet here.
Yeah, if you get some sleepers out of it, I almost like, you know what? Thomas Rawls would probably be typically around the 15 to 25 running back mark, standard or PPR. I like him at home against Miami. I look for the Seahawks to really light it up the first week and really get it going. I also... It's kind of crazy. I think you could get LeGarrette Blount really cheap, and without Brady, they've got to ride him hard on the road against Arizona.
And without Deion Lewis, absolutely. Another one let me throw in there, Latavius Murray is going up against the Saints. And the Saints give up a ton of rushing yard.
That's a good one.
And I think Latavius Murray could be a beast this year. I really do.
That is really awesome. Hey, we've been talking about the Beat the Pros. We're going to wrap up this first segment. Again, it was brought to you by Secure Insurance. If you like what you hear, stop by our office over on 3506 South Culpeper Circle. We are right behind Nona's Restaurant off South National. Come in or call 417-883-9300. Call in and ask for Brian. He's the owner of Secure Insurance Group. Let him shop your home or your auto.
Too.
Commercial insurance. He's a huge fantasy football fan. 883-9300. Let him just give him an opportunity to shop your cars and home. I mean, how great would it be to have your car and your house insurance? Number one, we could probably save you money. Number two, with some fantasy football enthusiasts. Again, 883-9300. Call the office, ask for Brian, tell him the fantasy professional sent you. Again, you're listening to The Fantasy Professionals. We'll be right back with some more fantasy football advice.
Cool evenings, sound of the band. That means school is back and fall sports are here. Hi, Jim Hoovens here with Wise Guy Screen Print. I'd like to invite you to stop by and let us show you why Wise Guy Screen Print is your wise choice for all your screen print needs. Schools, teams, groups, organizations, got you covered. And price, let us make you that offer you can't refuse. A fully staffed art department means there's never a setup charge, and an experienced print staff ensures that your product will look as good as you dreamed it to be. Find us on the web at wiseguyscreenprint.com, like us on Facebook, or call 831-5010.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of my job. It's such a hassle, the searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/talk. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talk. ZipRecruiter.com/talk.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Race over to Jock987.com to play the Village Inn Jock 98.7 Fantasy Racing Challenge. Win great weekly prizes like delicious Village Inn pies and a grand prize trip for two to the 2017 Daytona 500. That's the Fantasy Racing Challenge at Jock987.com. Brought to you by Village Inn locations in Springfield, Ozark, and Republic. But no need to race in. Breakfast is served all day.
The anticipation of running through the tunnel, hearing the crowd from the locker room. Your heart pumps a mile a minute as you prepare for battle.
And off up the middle, 5-yard line, touchdown!
Every game, all season long, right here on the Missouri State Sports Network.
Listen to Bears football on 101.3 FM, The Outlaw.
I'm Brian with Secure Insurance Group. Secure is an independent agency located in Springfield, Missouri. As an independent agency, we shop the top-rated life insurance carriers so you always get the lowest rate. If you're a 40-year-old, a $500,000 10-year level term is as low as $16 monthly. With term rates lower than they've ever been, there's no reason not to have the protection you need. Call Brian at Secure for a free quote, 883-9300. The number to call is 883-9300.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Professionals. Cody Askins and Dallas Keithley here from Secure Insurance Group. Thank you guys for all the calls. What a awesome first segment.
Yeah, that was great, man.
Way to kick off the last weekend of fantasy football drafts. It's a ton of fun. It's the biggest weekend of our lives, but unfortunately, on next Thursday, at least the season starts. We lose drafting, but at least the games begin. The helmets start crushing. The Beckham one-arm catches start happening.
The Josh Norman fist fights. It's going to be awesome. Absolutely. 868-6100. And we've been getting I thought there would be a overall number one answer. Yeah. I think we've had 4 different answers.
The only cut and clear number one answer is
my answer.
If you have if you're going to do anything with your lights,
very nice.
Your electrical, anything to do with electrical, lighting, commercial, residential, doesn't matter. If you want to go LED, you want to save some money, 417 Lighting Specialist. They are locally based. They are growing. They are booming because of their fantastic service and because they have one of the greatest dudes I know owns that company, Jeremy Johnson. Call Jeremy Johnson today, 655-1283. Anything to do with LED, electrical, lighting, make sure that your first call and your only call is Jeremy Johnson at 417 Lighting, 655-1283.
We've said it before. We've said it 100 times. We only have sponsors on this show that we personally do business with. No, I'm not going to let anybody into my business or my home that I don't trust, I don't know. I have absolutely no hesitation giving out the name Jeremy Johnson and 417 Lighting. So,
no,
yeah,
not at all. I mean,
give him a call.
This dude probably still has my garage code, and it doesn't bother me a bit. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. So give Jeremy a call today. We've been talking about average draft position, ADP. We've been talking about who should be number 2, and I loved what a caller said earlier. He said, this year, and he's been playing for a long time, he said, this year there's probably more uncertainty about who to take where in this year's draft, and I couldn't agree more.
We've never seen it like this, man.
No,
that's what makes this so exciting. Is there is not a clear cut pick.
Well, and you know what's beautiful about it is, especially in our league, and I hope it's this way in your league as well. This gives more opportunity for trash talking because everybody has an opinion, everybody thinks they're right, and everybody's going to voice their opinion. And then in the end,
especially in our league,
you're going to compare it to what the fantasy professionals say and have some proof behind it.
You're going to take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank. There we go. We go to First National Bank. And
listen, put your winnings literally hoard up all your fantasy winnings all year. Keep them in a safe. And then Dallas and I will meet you at First National Bank at the end of the year, and we will high-five you on the way into the vault, baby.
We should do something like that, absolutely. 4108 South National. They don't let us in the vault, by the way, just to specify, just to clear.
You can go. We can't.
We have to work something out there. 4108 South National, 2 branches in Clinton, 417-823-9600. One family, 70 years. You want something you can trust. I see banks all the time, all around Springfield, changing their name, changing their logo, and I drive to my bank, and it's the same people sitting in there. I talked to Angie. I talked to Natasha. I talked to Aaron, and we went in this week.
You know, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
funny.
how crazy is that? I did not really find First National Bank until this year.
Yeah.
I walked in, handled my driver's license to deposit a check,
Yeah,
And they
Natasha.
said, they didn't even look at it. Natasha said, Cody, you don't need to give us your license, man. We know who you are. I'm like, what?
Yeah, will not take it. It's like
That was
it's like when
freaking
you were
cool.
17 and tried to get in that club.
You want to
Would
feel
not
like
take your license.
You want to feel like a celebrity in your own right? You bank at First National because they treat you like a celebrity every time you show up.
We were just kidding about that, Mrs. Askins. That was totally made up there. Let's go on First National Bank. Give them a call today. They will treat you right, 823-9600. Okay, back to ADP. And ADP simply stands for Average Draft Position. We are looking at a site. I think we can tell them the site we're looking at, fantasypros.com.
Sure,
We use them a lot.
It's a free site. That's
Free
the
site.
site I use this year. I've used others. I've used a lot of paid sites. Fantasy Pros is an expert consensus.
Yeah, they take about 500-600 different consensus rankings and put them together, and they give us the average. And I will tell you this, just for our listeners, we're not paid by Fantasy Pros, but we did this weekend.
Yeah.
We were looking at it. They've got their free site, which is great, and I used it for 2 or 3 of my drafts.
Yeah.
But then they've also got a paid site, and what you can do, they have a
it's a
deal on
steal.
here. If you go to FanDuel,
Yeah,
I believe,
right through Fantasy Pros website. You put $10. If you agree to deposit $10 into FanDuel, then you get their $40 or $50 subscription for the whole year in Fantasy Pros. All you have to do is throw $10 in FanDuel, and you get a free Fantasy Pros Hall
And
of Fame subscription.
It's worth it. They're not
It
paying
is.
us, so they're not
And
going to
the
go
re-
on and on about it.
Why
but
do we love it so much? Because, and this is what you have to do. It is old-fashioned, and it is not modern to go into your draft with a magazine or with actual in-hand cheat sheets. If you do that, you will lose to me. You will lose. No, we don't do that because
just ask Jake Gillette.
because they've got a Fantasy Pros as Draft Assistant where you can sync it with your league, and it will actually show you spreadsheets on a computer and percentages of who they recommend. It'll sync with Yahoo, it'll sync with ESPN, it'll sync with My Fantasy League. It'll take people off of the board for you. You don't have to mark players off at all, and it will actually tell you who to pick, who's best overall, who's best by position, suggested players to consider, average draft position, everything. It is literally, they should have paid us because I can promise you,
I know, I'm
thousands
sitting
of you were already on that site and already grabbing it because you want to compete. You want to win. You want to take your money to the vault at First National.
Very nice. Now, we've been talking about, I just looked it up on their overall rankings. Now, this is standard. Their ADP, number 1 overall is Antonio Brown, and it's standard and PPR. If we take it to standard, first of all, let's look at PPR. PPR, number 2 overall is Julio Jones, and his average ranking is 2.5. So they're saying he should be.
So he's half the time he's second, half the time he's third.
Second, half the time he's third, but 2.5. But the guy behind him is 2.5 as well, Odell Beckham. Now, if I change it over to
the reason why is they've got their mock drafts, the Draft Wizard, which is an app I use on my phone. I can draft an entire mock draft against the computer in like 6 minutes. I mean, that's how I do 100 mock drafts this weekend. Their Draft Wizard looks like more people in the mock drafts have took Julio than Beckham, number 2.
And but in a standard league, it's Odell Beckham. So I don't know why that is.
Why?
Maybe.
Well, you know what?
Maybe a few more yards after catch. I really don't know.
Yeah, maybe more in
what
the
it
end
is,
zone,
I'm
too.
thinking maybe Julio sees more targets than Odell does. And so, but Odell's going to have more of the big home run plays.
Oh, Odell is a home run hitting machine.
He is.
And they've got Gurley 3. We talked about ADP. We've been talking about ADP like crazy. They've got Brown 1, Beckham 2, Gurley 3, Julio 4, David Johnson 5, and AP 6. For those of you that are wondering, we have Mike that is calling in to talk some fantasy, brother.
What's going on, gentlemen?
We're doing
How you
awesome, brother.
I love everybody calling us gentlemen.
Well, here we go. Let's talk the Vikings for a minute.
Okay, I like it.
This is because you look at. I have Peterson in one league, but I just, for grins, got Treadwell in another because he happened to be sitting there.
Okay.
Now, Bridgewater, does that hurt their numbers? I think Peterson's will stay the same or go up because they're going to be handing the ball off to him like nobody's business, but I don't think they got any trustworthiness yet.
I think
on the receivers' end.
It's got to hurt the receivers a little.
I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, Treadwell, I think he's good to have
now,
there.
They've got a better chance at getting a home run caliber play with Sean Hill.
Yeah.
But Bridgewater,
Bridgewater
would have been just more consistent game manager.
He's the Alex Smith. He's the dink and dunk. He's not going to throw too many interceptions. But with the Vikings, I think their game plan this year is going to be keep the offense off the field. Play defense.
Oh, they've got a stacked defense.
They've got a great
best
defense
running backs in the league. And Sean Hill will chuck it, man. He will chuck it.
He will. He'll throw it down the field. But
I want to see if after everybody's cut, they go fishing for a quarterback, because I don't think they've got enough faith in Hill.
They may for depth, but they won't for starter at this point.
Yeah, I think Sean Hill is their starter until he knocks himself out of it, which he may very well do.
Which I'll give him a couple, 3 games.
Sure. Yeah. And
he starts chucking interceptions like the sumo wrestler at a buffet. He's going to be sitting down collecting wood.
Wow. I'm not even sure what that means, but I like it.
Sumo wrestler at a buffet. I love it. Mike.
Very nice, Mike. Yeah, and like I said, thank you very much,
Hey,
Mike.
have an awesome week and good luck on your drafts, Mike. Thank you. Mike is a loyal listener and loyal caller. Thank you very much for calling in, Mike. Always on Fridays, brother. We appreciate you.
Very nice. Yeah, and with the Vikings, they are going to hand the ball off, and there are going to be 8 people in the box. But I bet if we went back and looked at the past, there was 8 people in the box last year. And ADP ran for
Bridgewater's not just a
Yeah.
I mean,
so don't let that discourage you too much on AP.
Right. No,
I love AP. I really do. I like AP top 5.
Who is what's the only place in town that you go and that you always you hate going to the dentist, but
I'm interested in how you word this week.
How comfortable are you when you go there? About as comfortable as you are in a fantasy football draft.
I don't know about that, but I'm as comfortable as I've ever been at the dentist. Much more comfortable.
You were there that day doing mock drafts probably out in the lobby.
I can't say that I haven't done a mock draft in the lobby.
Dr. Papagayo.
I didn't wait very long, though. Yeah, Dr. Papagayo. He is the
fantasy professional's dentist.
He is the Antonio Brown of dentistry. There is no other choice. He's number one.
Clear cut number one.
883-8448, 640 West Republic Road, Suite 124. There's a lot. I talked to a guy in our office the other day, and we got to hurry. We're on the clock. But I talked to a guy in our office the other day, has a tooth that is chipping. Yeah. And what most men do is we say, it'll be fine. Yeah, I'll let it go. It'll be fine. Guys, it's not going to be fine. Half of your face could fall off. My mom tells me that it can cause a heart attack. Go see Dr. Papagayo over there, 640 West Republic Road, Suite 124, 883-8448.
They're literally right there on Campbell and Republic Road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right there. Literally right there. Hey, pay attention. We'll be right back. More fantasy football advice. The last weekend of fantasy football drafts. You're listening to the Fantasy Professionals.
Hey, where's the drums?
Hi, I'm Sean with 417 Mowing, and we take lawn care seriously. It's what we do. With over 45 years combined experience, 417 Mowing can handle any of your lawn care needs, including aerating, fertilization, leaf cleanups, overseeding, weed control, and much more. We pride ourselves on our level of quality work and our affordable prices, always with a friendly approach. When quality lawn care matters, choose the friendly experts. We're here to help. Get a free estimate by calling 234-0654 or by visiting 417mowing.com.
Play the Pro Football Challenge at jock987.com, presented by Morrison, Webster & Carlton, a workers' compensation law firm with offices in Springfield and Joplin.
You've worked hard for what you have. Labor Day is your recognized day to celebrate your hard work. For 3 days only, Piano Craft is celebrating you with savings up to 30 to 60% off all new and near new grand, vertical, digital, and player pianos. Pre-owned instruments from Yamaha, Baldwin, Kawai, and others are certified by our master techs and they're warranted. Special financing, factory incentives. The time is now. You've worked hard, you've earned it, and you deserve it. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, visit Piano Craft in the Brentwood South Center across from Battlefield Mall.
When's the best time to enjoy Twisted Tea? When you want the taste of real iced tea, but with a kick. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is brewed like a beer, but tastes like real iced tea. Cool, refreshing, smooth, with a kick. Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Drink responsibly.
I'm Brian with Secure Insurance Group. Secure is an independent agency located in Springfield, Missouri. As an independent agency, we shop the top-rated Medicare and prescription carriers so you always get the best plan at the lowest rate. If you are on Medicare or will soon be on Medicare, call Secure to review your Medicare and prescription plan options. Call Brian at Secure for a free quote. 883-9300. The number to call is 883-9300.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Professionals. Cody and Dallas here of Secure Insurance Group. We are, gosh, it is the best fantasy football, the best weekend in the world.
This is
in the year.
I've been, and maybe it's because we're doing the show, but I'm probably looking forward to this year more than any other year in the past. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of trash talk going on, and we get to share it all with you guys. 868-6100. We're still asking, who is your number 2 pick? You're sitting there. You are fortunate enough or unfortunate enough, depending on how you like it, to have the number 2 pick.
Yeah, when you call in, you get to share your number 2 pick, and we're going to give you a chance to get some amazing Dragon Balls appetizer and some incredible sushi and hibachi at Kobe, the Kobe.
$20
of the hibachi industry.
$20. And my wife and I, this is no lie, my wife and I went there last week. We got an appetizer. We split the sushi, or we split the hibachi grill, and we paid $18.
That's
and,
incredible. That's just nuts.
Yeah,
you can't do that anywhere else in Springfield, especially hibachi or sushi. You cannot do that anywhere else in Springfield. Call in right now. We got a trivia question we're about to release. 868. No, let's do it in unison.
I don't know if we can.
868-6100. That was perfect.
That was weak.
868-6100. Hey, what's the toll free?
It is 1-800-869-5927. From outside of the area, we'll pay. I tell you what, let's pay for the phone call if they want to use the 800 number.
Okay, it's on us.
Let's do it.
It's on us. It's Kobe trivia, hibachi and sushi. Where are they? They're on 3050 South National. That's literally on the corner of National and Montclair. Their owner is Don. Walk in, say, Don, the Fantasy Professional sent me. Oh, I'm ready to be wowed. Give me Dragon Balls. Give me hibachi. And I'm a happy man.
Yeah, if you don't like it,
give me fantasy football and Kobe, and I am literally in heaven on earth.
We have got Jared. Jared, who's your first before we ask the trivia? Who's your number 2 pick?
You don't know who this is, Dallas?
Jared, how you
Jared
doing, brother?
Rhodes, look at the phone number.
Now I'm like I've got Jared Rhodes' phone number.
No, well, you know what? Now that I look at the phone number, I recognize it. Welcome to the show, man. What's up, brother?
You call him too much.
Not much. What are you boys up to?
We are just handing out knowledge left and right.
And gift certificates.
Cody might be Dallas. Let's not get
Oh, I love it. Welcome to the show, Jared.
Who's our next caller?
Hey, are you ready?
I'm not calling in to talk about fantasy. I want to know who your final 4 teams are for the college football playoff.
Wow. You're going to make us step out.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Clemson.
Okay.
Alabama, Ohio State, and Florida State. Lock it and load it.
I'm going to do
2 ACC teams?
I'm going to do.
I'd put 4 if they'd let me.
I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to switch Alabama with LSU because Alabama plays LSU in LSU, at LSU, and I think Mr. Leonard Fournette runs for about 680 yards, wins the Heisman.
I like that pick.
I think it will. All right, do we have a trivia question for Jared?
We do. Jared, are you ready for dude, have you been to Kobe?
No, I haven't.
You have to go to Kobe over on South National in Battlefield.
Listen, Jared, I've met your wife. You are a lucky man. You need to do everything you can to keep this woman. Take her to Kobe.
Okay, I'll try my best.
All right, the trivia question brought to you by Kobe, Cody, Dallas, and Kobe. Who is the only player in NFL history to go over 200 receiving yards?
Now, before he answers,
I'm going to tell
people. Well, I know. Somebody else call in because I know Jared. Go ahead now.
Oh, goodness. Who's the only player in NFL history to go over 200 receiving yards 2 different times, twice? In opening day games. 2 different opening day games, this player caught 200 receiving yards in NFL history.
Where's my multiple choice and give everybody multiple choice?
Let's do it. I'm giving you some. It's a good thing I'm reading the question.
That was before you insulted the host.
Hey, A.J. Green. B, Anquan Bolden. C, DeAndre Hopkins. Or D, Jerry Rice.
I'm going to go with Green.
Oh, that was my guess, too.
That was Cody's guess.
Dallas is a jerk.
That's at Norwood Education. Hey, thanks for calling in.
Hey, thank you, Jared. Good to visit with you, brother. We'll meet you
at
Kobe later. See you, buddy.
All right, see you.
So we still have some Kobe to give away, and I don't know, but I thought, should I be nice? I thought you kind of enunciated the answer there. I'm not going to say who.
Well, we
but,
won't. We won't.
No, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Which,
saying.
you know what's funny is we almost try
That's
to
some
like kind of
home cooking right there.
We try to
that
give
is some home cooking.
We try to give some type of hint sometimes, and actually we've actually given
And
away
I
the
play
answer
in
on
it.
accident before.
We have, and that was just accident. All right, we got DJ on the line.
Yep.
DJ, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well myself. Well, who do you got as your number 2? You're sitting there. It's your pick. Number 2 overall. Who you taking?
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to take Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Just because we play in a keeper league, though.
Oh, that's not bad.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. Very nice.
Perfect sense. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Hey, you ready to win some Kobe? You ready for some hibachi, man? This is incredible hibachi.
I'm ready to try.
Okay, who's the only player in NFL history to go over 200 receiving yards twice in 2 different opening day games? 200 receiving yards by a single receiver in 2 different opening day games. Is it A.J. Green was wrong? I'll go ahead and tell you that. Is it Anquan Bolden, DeAndre Hopkins, or Jerry Rice?
I'm going to guess Bolden because he doesn't kind of belong in that group.
Oh, look at that. See? That dude's intelligent. DJ, he's got his stuff together, man.
There we go, DJ. Very nice. You have won $20. If you will hold on the line, Dwayne will get your information, and thank you for calling in, sir.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, DJ. Hey, good luck in your drafts. Order Dragon Balls and order hibachi. I'm telling you, bro, you will not miss out.
There you go. Very nice. Now, we have been talking about average draft position. Cody, who are some guys you've done 6 drafts now.
Yeah.
You've done countless
Wish I
mock
had done
drafts
more.
the same way. I'm the same way. Who are some guys that you have noticed that have been being taken too early? We talked about Cam Newton. I think he's there in the late second round.
Sometimes he's going too early. I've actually seen. I'm not the biggest C.J. Anderson fan. He's got an average draft pick of about 31, being the 13th overall running back in standard. C.J. Anderson, for lack of better words, didn't treat primetime very well last year.
No, and I think Devontae Booker will take over that role.
Gosh, I hope so.
And
I mean, not that we don't see him, but we don't see him at the end of the second, early third.
Yeah,
I just
don't
think
go
it's
too
too
early
early for C.J. Anderson. He's going. I've even seen him middle of the second. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this draft.
We've got Cody on the line. Cody, who is your second pick?
Well, we play in a standard league,
Okay.
so if I was going with the number 2 pick, I would probably be going. I'd probably go with Adrian Peterson this year.
Okay, I like that. I can't
All
argue
day
that.
AP. Yeah,
You
hey,
know-
Cody, this is Cody. Hey, how incredible are we going to be at fantasy this year? The Codys are gonna dominate fantasy this
We
year.
just
brother.
have to get your confidence levels built up, and you'll be okay.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, AP is going to touch the ball 20, 30 times a game. You can't go wrong there. It's not personally who I would take.
But in a standard league, you definitely can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with. I like
especially
him.
having the year off and the year he had last year.
I'll say this: I like him better than Elliott. Now the keeper league makes
I like
a
him
lot
better
of
than,
sense.
I like it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I like him better than Elliott too.
I
No
like him
question
better
about
than
it.
David Johnson.
Arguably, they're right there with me.
Give me somebody that has proven.
Yeah.
Now
It's got to
could
be
this
Gurley or AP or Beckham, right? The 3 of those. I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
maybe Julio, maybe David Johnson, maybe
Yeah,
a couple others, but
yeah.
I mean that's kind of the general consensus.
Yep. And you know, it's to me, Ezekiel Elliott may come out and run for 2,000 yards. I think there's a little too much Alfred Morris and Darren McFadden there to do that.
Yeah.
But he may prove me wrong. But give me somebody that I know is going to touch the ball 30 times. Is Adrian Peterson going to get hurt this year? Who knows?
Right.
If we knew that, we'd be in another business. But you never know.
Hey, Cody, you got some drafts this weekend?
Yeah, actually, we have one Sunday. That's why I'm calling you guys.
Nice.
Very nice.
Awesome. Good luck in your drafts on Sunday. Talk a lot of trash, and remember to bring all those fantasy winnings to the First National Bank vault, and we'll help you store it.
All right, Cody. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Thanks for calling in, Cody. Cody, have an awesome weekend.
one thing we haven't talked about is, a lot of things that will affect an average draft position. A lot of people will become homers during the draft.
Yeah.
And, stay away from that. Spend some time in preparation.
Sure.
Get yourself a top 200 list and stick to it.
Unless you're going to build a home. Then you become a homer.
Then you become a homer.
Your
segue game is strong today, son.
I've been on my game today, bro. Hey, call Kenny James today at 926-9139. He builds homes, barns, complete remodels, home repair, new construction, roofs, skid steer service. He's got a team of honest Christian individuals that will shock and awe. Anything from West Plains to Rogersville to West Plains and back, either way. You have to use Kenny James with James Construction.
I was sitting at the stoplight at 125 and Highway 60 coming in from Rogersville. I look over and Kenny James is sitting beside me at the stoplight. I ask him, what are you doing? This is I was coming back from basketball practice, so this is 7:30 at night, 7:30. He said, I'm going to get more flooring. We're laying some flooring down.
Hardest working dude I know.
Man works like an animal.
Hardest working dude I know. The most honest, hard working dude I know. Call him today. Kenny James, 926-9139. We'll be right back with some more fantasy football advice on the last weekend of the Fantasy Professionals.
Like home. It has a certain magic of its own, and memories are made there every day. A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
The sweet, pure flavor of hand-cranked homemade vanilla ice cream. Don't it just melt in your mind? Bring back the taste of the good old days every time you go to the store with Bluebell homemade vanilla ice cream.
A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Look for Bluebell half gallons on sale for $4.99 each now through September 6th at Ramey's Price Cutter.
Stay healthy from head to wallet with Wellness Plus with Plenty at Rite Aid. You can earn Plenty points on hundreds of specially marked products each week on your favorite brands. Every 100 Plenty points equals $1 off your next purchase. Sign up today in store or online at riteaid.com. And that's just one of the 4 ways to save. Now through September 24th, spend $50 a week on participating products at Rite Aid and earn 2,000 Plenty points worth $20 in savings. Visit riteaid.com/rakinpoints for details.
I'm Brian with Secure Insurance Group. Secure is an independent agency located in Springfield, Missouri. Do you have health issues? Have you been declined for life insurance? With Guaranteed Issue Life Insurance, there are no health questions, no medical examinations, you're guaranteed coverage. You can purchase up to $40,000 of Guaranteed Issue Life Insurance. A simple rate for $10,000 of guaranteed coverage for a 50-year-old is $28 monthly. Call Brian at Secure for a free quote, 883-9300. The number to call is 883-9300.
There are 2 kinds of hot. One is where a walk to the mailbox leaves you thirsty. But with Metro PCS, you get the other kind of hot, the good kind. Because now, when you switch to Metro PCS, you get a free Samsung Galaxy. That's a really hot deal. Visit a Metro PCS store to get your free Samsung Galaxy On 5 with a big 5-inch HD screen. And get on the fast nationwide 4G LTE T-Mobile network. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included. Not valid for numbers currently on the T-Mobile network. See store for details, terms and conditions, and data management info.
Hey football fans, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. College football season is back, so it's time to bring the smoke with Eckrich Smoked Sausage.
Bring the smoke!
One lucky winner will join me at the 2017 College Football Playoff National Championship for a chance to throw for $1 million. Pick up specially marked packages or visit EckridgeFootball.com to learn more. Eckridge is an official sponsor of the 2017 College Football Playoff. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Sweepstakes ends December 11, 2016. Contest rules online.
This is the sound of everyday engine threats like gunk, wear, and corrosion, unleashing their wrath on your engine. Now, this is the sound of Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline, providing the best total engine protection you can get. Period. Think all premium fuels are the same? Think again. Choose Shell V-Power Nitro Plus today.
You can't touch this.
Can't touch this. Welcome back to the Fantasy Professionals. Cody and Dallas from Secure. We're singing Can't Touch This. We're getting ready to not be touched in fantasy football this year. The best weekend that we've ever had in anyone's life.
Other than my wedding.
Right now.
My wife's listening. When you think of Can't Touch This, you think of wet paint on walls. My segue game is not strong as yours is today.
Well, that was pretty good, though.
Cody School of Segue.
We didn't touch it when JBG came into our office, but I'm telling you what, it didn't take long, and we were able to touch it.
Very nice.
We didn't even, but honestly, did you even know they were there until they had over half the 5,000 square foot office painted?
I did not. I just thought there's a lot more people in our office than usual. We must be writing a lot of insurance, but no, they left it nicer than when they showed up. And our office is nice, clean office.
I think we can say this. All of our sponsors have benefited from the show, but our friend Jake, he's gotten a lot of calls. He really has. We appreciate that.
And they called him at 825-4919, JBG Painting, Jake Gillette. He's a big Eagles fan, but we forgive him.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be.
Trash Talk is Eagles.
Yeah, Trash Talk
Hey, remember,
is Eagles.
20% off if you said the Fantasy Professionals sent you.
You do. 825-4919. Leave a message if he's not there. Jake is a firefighter. I don't know if we've ever mentioned that on the show
That's a
before.
good point.
Springfield firefighter. There's something special. I'm going to get mushy here. Something special about a guy that runs towards danger when everybody else is running away.
Yeah.
I like Jake. Good guy. Great guy. 825-4919. 20% off if you say you heard it on the Fantasy Professionals.
Yeah. Anyone in uniform. Doesn't matter if it's firefighters, police officers, our military. We have the utmost respect. We really, really do.
Absolutely. I mean, where else? What other country? We're talking fantasy football. Something that in the big story really doesn't matter, but
to
we
us,
have the freedom
it's the
to do
biggest
it.
thing on earth, and we have the freedom to do it because of all of you guys, and we thank you out there.
Thank you very much. We've been talking people that have went too high. You mentioned a couple that, and we talked about how sometimes it's a homer. Who are some guys that you can get at a steal? Who are some guys that you've been watching go low? I'm going to name one first off. Guys, he's going to be the number one back in the league.
Whoa.
After week 4.
Whoa.
And that's Mr. Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if you're in a total points league, points matter. You know, I'm in some total points leagues where there's no playoffs, there's no head-to-head, and, in that case, you want to draft them like normal. But if you're in a league where there's head-to-head and playoffs, and you can get away with losing a couple games, and you're used to making the playoffs, and making the playoffs is more important to you than anything, and winning, you could maybe sneak Bell up a couple picks and eventually score.
Where should they take Bell?
I think in a, we'll say standard league, I could see him as early as 7. And in a,
I think that's a little early, but I hear you.
Well, his average draft position is 12 at the end of the first.
So taking it at the end of the first, start of the second. That's about where I'd put him too.
I've got him. Your guys are going to think I'm nuts, and you know what? Actually, you're going to think I'm a genius. I got Bell the end of the second in our Beat the Pros Fantasy Football League with Ned Reynolds, Kirk Elmquist, Guy Newcomb, Mr. Dallas Keithley. Brought to you by Secure Insurance Group, I got Le'Veon Bell with the 24th overall pick.
But then who was smart?
How nuts is that?
And picked up his handcuff.
Yeah.
And led to our first trade.
That is a first trade of the Beat the Pros.
We had our first trade.
It's a minor trade. We'll make bigger trades to talk about. But
I gave you
D'Angelo.
A
little handcuff
and
action.
I got back Giovanni.
Yeah.
I'm sure Giovanni.
And you know what?
In a PPR
I wouldn't
league,
normally
I like
make that type of trade. I like his Dallas' side of the trade better, which you will never hear me say again. But it's the Beat the Pros. It's the local celebrities league. It's a big deal. I want to win my first week against who am I playing? Tyler Wood, I believe.
I think you're playing Tyler Wood.
I want to beat Tyler. And you know what? Having D'Angelo will help me do that.
Yeah, you play Tyler Wood. We've got myself going up against Jeff Klinkenbeard, Captain Klinkenbeard. We've got Mr. Secure, Brian Askins, going up against Team Gillette. I say that different every time.
Yeah, well.
Just as long as you call him to paint something.
You
don't care what you call him. We have Team Reynolds going up against Team Odie.
Ned.
Ned is going to, boy, if you got to pick somebody in this one, who are you taking? We've got, here, let me help you. I've got the box score here. Ned is starting Russell Wilson, David Johnson, Frank Gore, Jordy Nelson, Alshon Jeffrey. Man, what a team. Travis Kelce, Devontae Parker, the Raiders D, and Adam Vinatieri. While on the other side of it, You've got Mr. Odie with Drew Brees, Adrian Peterson, Doug Martin, A.J. Green, Mike Evans, Gary Barnridge, Latavius Murray, Cardinals D, and Matt Prater. I got to say, I give a slight edge to Mr. Reynolds. I like his running backs.
I'm giving the edge to Odie. I love you, Ned. The dude is a genius, but Matt's got a pretty solid team. You know what? It could go either way. And Ned is the smartest dude on the planet when it comes to sports. There's no question about it.
Primetime going against Tyler Wood, and then the matchup that I'm interested in, Team Newcomb is taking on Team Elmquist.
Ooh, Guy Newcomb, scoreboard guy
Newcomb
against Kirk Elmquist.
Kirk Elmquist.
Bass Pro Shops Legends
Guys,
of
there
Golf.
ought to be some chips on that.
You know what? They're probably wagering off to the side. Hey, when you think of fantasy football, we want you to think of Dallas and Cody with Secure Insurance. It is that time of year where everyone is talking about Medicare questions. Part D, my drug coverage has got more expensive.
Yeah.
My whatever insurance company is changing. You know, I won't get into specifics. But
what's the least expensive plan we have for an ADP?
We have Medicare plans for as low as $0 a month. So call Dallas or Cody, 883-9300 to shop your Medicare plan during this Medicare open enrollment season. Again, Dallas and Cody with the Fantasy Professionals and Secure Insurance Group, 883-9300. This is the biggest weekend of your life. The last weekend of fantasy football drafts. Have an awesome weekend.
Great show. Thank you, guys.
The Fantasy Professionals, we're out.
Hi, this is Wayne Glenn. Cherry Tree Homes. Mike Davis brings you simply a better way to build. Cherry Tree Homes. While others build a house, Mike Davis will build you a home. Land, home, financing available all in one place. www.cherrytreehomes.net. Mike Davis from Home Matters brings you a one-stop place for building the home of your dreams. You pick where you want to live, your school district, pick your home plan, and the financing is all lined up. www.cherrytreehomes.net. www.cherrytreehomes.net.
From executive producer LeBron James.
I need this, like yesterday.
Cleveland entrepreneurs get a chance to compete for their shot at success.
That will be a game changer for me and our business.
I believe your hustle is going to make this happen. We got work to do now.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
Cleveland Hustles. Premiere episodes Wednesdays at 10.
Everybody can have great ideas, but do you have what it takes in here?
Only on CNBC.
There's a new Friday home of Sports Talk. This is Art Haynes inviting you to join us Friday afternoons from 4 to 6 for Sports Talk on location at Reliable Superstore, East Sunshine and 65. As always, we'll preview the weekend sports happenings and in the fall make our NFL picks. Reliable Superstore for great Toyota, Lexus, BMW, and Audi vehicles and service. And Reliable Superstore, the new Friday home of Sports Talk from 4 to 6 p.m. on Jock 98.7.
This afternoon, sunshine, nice day. Look for a high of 79. It'll be clear tonight, low 57. For tomorrow and Sunday, mostly sunny, nice both days. High tomorrow at 81. Sunday's high will be 80.